My father worked in the film industry for his entire career, and he does like picture cars. So he worked on the Tom Cruise movie Days of Thunder. I was about 10 at the time, which when I went back and did the math on that, I was like, geez, Louise, I've been interested in this since I was 10. All the grown-ups were talking about how Tom Cruise was a Scientologist, and I was like, what's that? You know,
Mhm.
and no one could answer my question, which seemed really weird,
Yeah.
you know? Like I was just, in spite of my last name, I was raised Catholic. And like, somebody asks you, what is the Catholic Church? You can kind of give them a rundown of it, or, what is being Jewish involved? People can give
Mhm.
you a rundown of that, but nobody could tell me what Scientology was or what these people did. And it just stuck in my head as like, well, that's weird. Why do all of these people know about this, but nobody actually knows what it is? Right.
Right.
So fast forward maybe 7 or 8 years and the internet becomes a thing. Right. And so curious me, one day I was just like, oh, it wasn't Google back then. There wasn't a Google. Maybe it was Yahoo or Alta Vista or
Or
something. I don't.
Jeeves.
Yeah.
Ask
Ask
Jeeves.
Jeeves. What is Scientology? And that got me into the burgeoning world online of former Scientologists who were connecting with each other, and kind of starting to expose the truth about this organization. And it just fascinated me. So I just spent hours and hours reading everything I could online, looking at some, books that were in existence at that point. And then that kind of led me to the broader just cult,
Mhm.
discussion and reading and listening and watching. And so from high school to dissertation, I was just somebody who was really, really interested in cults, and not just from like a true crime angle, but it also really interested me the ways in which cults impact people,
Mhm.
and how they try to heal after being in an organization like a cult. And so when it came time to write my dissertation, anybody who's done one probably goes through a similar process where you're supposed to pick a bunch of topics and then narrow it down, narrow it down, narrow it down. And that was one of my many topics, and it
Mhm.
got narrowed down and narrowed down. And eventually that was the winner.